Mahomes now fading back into his territory. Quick throw, Noah Gray. And that is still with the clock moving because momentum stopped before he got out of bounds. 7 seconds to go. It's fourth down. They can't spike it, so Butker's coming out. Will they get it off? They do. Butker from 59. It's good. The fire drill at the end of the half leads to 3 points.
Good things happened. They converted and forced the fourth down. Johnson back deep. What a kick. Taken at the 15 by Johnson. Out across the 30. Across midfield. Finally forced out of bounds by the punter Pinion. What a return by Cameron Johnson.
And on that drive, offensively, the Raiders showed from the offensive line to quarterback and receiver, they were on point, and it ended up in a touchdown.
Gibson on point for the Patriots.
From 36. Gets it blocked. Julian Love blocks it. And DeMarcus Lawrence takes it back across the 30. Special teams the difference in week 1.
And now the Saints down 3 with 10:05 to play in the first half. Inside the 5-yard line, it's Miller. He's got a burst of speed. Keep an eye on him. He breaks a tackle. He's out across the 40, and he's out to the 45, maybe the 46-yard line.
And Denver does get the ball. Remember, in the beginning of the third quarter.
That's another reason why they probably should have been more conservative, Tennessee. Here's DK. Can he make something happen in special teams in his NFL debut? 7 seconds left, and DK's inside the 25. And how about that to help flip the game?
I feel like the odds would have been pretty good on Ben Skoranek, first touchdown scorer.
Boswell kicks it off. Gibson now is the return man. Gibson. Oh, he slips through, but then slips down.
Was he touchdown?
The ball did pop free. This is a 60-yard attempt. It would be a new career long for Boswell. For the lead, sweeps the leg, 60-yarder. He's got it. Pittsburgh goes in front with 1:03 on the clock.
Orchard Park ready for the last time in this stadium, a season opener. Off we go here from Orchard Park. From the 10, Codrington down the sideline, near midfield as Luke pushes him out of bounds. So a great start for Buffalo. Terrific field position for the Bills offense. From 32 yards, Prater made it! And the Bills open their final season in this stadium with a stunning comeback win.
McCarthy basically doubled his passing yards on that completion to Naylor. Now here's a nice return by Luther Burden, the rookie from Missouri. And that's the end of the half. As Burden was trying to break one, he got it to midfield, and that was it. 43-yard return.
McManus sends it down to the 7. This is Deebo Samuel. Samuel breaks loose. Out past the 40. Into Green Bay territory, and that's exactly what Washington was looking for to start the second half. Meanwhile, Cayley with LaFleur.
Herringer gets it away. Another good boot, driving Washington back to his 27-yard line. He bobbles it for a second, still going as he spins forward, trying to get to the outside. Washington gets by the punter, down the sideline. Malik Washington to the house. Touchdown, Miami. 74 yards. Back for a touchdown in 5 years. Jakeem Grant in November of 2020.
The one thing, when you punt the ball that far, sometimes you outpunch your coverage, and this was just a terrific effort by Malik Washington, making the first and second guys miss, ending up in the scrum and finding his way out of it. And then the rest of it, that's what mom and dad blessed him with. That is pure speed.
Patterson to Gibson, who gets a running start on that catch. Gibson across the 30. Antonio Gibson still going. Can he return the favor? Down the sideline. You gotta be kidding me. Back to back. A 90-yard touchdown.
Charles, I love football.
Remember when you hated playing special teams? now you're like, wait, hey, if I can return them. Nice jump cut.
Aubrey, does he have enough? On the way, it is good! That's why they trusted him. Wow. Never a doubt. On to overtime. Wow. To try and win this thriller. Aubrey got it into overtime and now wins it. What a ball game. Cowboys in OT.
This for the win. Spencer Schrager. It's good, and the Colts have won.
It looked like they were hoping to try to take a shot down the field on the one-on-one look, but they didn't get it.
This time Dixon gets rid of it much faster. 4 sacks tonight for the Houston defense. Here's a nice return by Noel. The rookie still rolling. Flag on the play. And Noel is out of bounds inside the 30. But there's a flag back. Joshua Carty has it blocked again. This time Jordan Davis. The big man looks for the icing on one big cake. Eagles hang on.
He wouldn't have run that fast last year or the year before. He dropped a bunch of weight, said he feels night and day different this year, the way that he's moving. We saw him run down Matt Stafford earlier for a big third down stop.
The Raiders won the toss. They deferred. They're going to kick it off. Game 3. Commanders-Raiders is happening as Deebo Samuel grabs it inside the Washington 5. That splits right up the middle. Deebo Samuel across midfield. Inside the 30. And down he goes. All the way inside the Raiders 30. What an opening return. And Tristan McCollum. Matt Gay from 56. Got it. And it's a 20-point lead. Colts a punt. His 5th punt this game. And Lane is going to go back inside the 10. Here comes a flag dropped right away. And Jalen Lane gets past Cole, the punter. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Check that flag way back inside the 10. Rookie Raider from Iowa State. And the rookie from Virginia Tech for Washington, Jalen Lane, goes 90 yards.
On the right hash, Daniel Whelan the hold. The kick is blocked. It is blocked. The Browns get the swat and turn the Packers away.
It was penalties and it was special teams. The big hand inside, number 93,
Shelby
Harris.
McLaughlin has been perfect today.
It's blocked. Field goal attempt is blocked. Scooped up and will be taken all the way for a Jets touchdown. Will McDonald returns it into the end zone. And we are tied at 26.
Hops over legally, hops over the offensive line, gets in there, gets a clean block, scoops and scores for the Jets. This is their starting defensive end.
From 36, this is for the win. McLaughlin's kick is right down the middle.
Will Reichert, second year out of the Crimson Tide.
And this kick's got plenty of distance. And it's good. With miles to spare. Incredible. Thunderfoot.
Good snap. Good hold. The kick is on the way. The kick is good! The kick is good! And Andre Schmidt from 55 to give the Browns a 13-10 win.
Got it. 23-20. Zeros on the clock. It's over. And the Chargers remain unbeaten. And their first 3-0 start in 23 years. On a game-winning 43-yard field goal by Cameron Dicker.
Left-footed punter booms one down the field. Good punt. Driving Horton all the way back to his 6-yard line. Horton on the return at the 20, right up the middle to the 30. Now Horton to the outside. Torrey Horton down the sideline. And it's a touchdown. 95 yards.
All the way to the house. And look at the key blocks. One there, knocking a guy down. Him doing the rest with his legs. And then don't let a kicker block you either. Surratt goes and makes the last block.
They've run 8 plays, and they lead 21-3. This is Tariq Young on the return for Seattle. And he's got some room. At midfield, blockers ahead down the sideline and chopped down at the 37-yard line.
Trying to do what he's done a half dozen times before and win the game with his leg. Sweeps it. Delivers it, and San Francisco is in first place. They win it at the Horn.
I just think what Brad Holmes has done with the depth on this football team is as impressive as anything.
Here is Rasheen Ali able to break out, and the kicker, Bates, got him and brought him down and saved a touchdown.
From 52, the kick wobbles, but makes it through. And the Seahawks win it at the gun.
Jacob Bobenmeyer, the snapper. A.J. Cole, the holder. The kick is blocked. Unbelievable. In agony down on that Vegas sideline. It was Josh Blackwell. First blocked field goal for the Chicago Bears since week 2 of the 2023 season, and the reaction from Ben Johnson.
Sparrow, that's unbelievable. You know how rare it is for an outside rusher to be the one to block it.
Lost to the Giants. Change like that, all of a sudden Kansas City would be a game back if it wins here. Yep. Here's the return. And he breaks it. Remigio delivers a stiff arm. They got it all the way to the 50-yard line. Nico Remigio, the
Pressure, they blocked it. Sidney Brown's got it. He's going to return it for a touchdown. Cam Latu got the block. Brown for 6.
It's just, you got Brown coming around and Latu right up the middle takes it right off of Dixon's foot. Right where the aim point is.
Coming alive in the pass game. This has been fun to watch if you're a Jaguars fan.
Here is Tootin. He finds an alley. There goes the rookie who is a return stud at Virginia Tech. and was a superstar in high school in the return game out in New Jersey. A 50-yard punt sends Parker Washington back. He's got a punt return touchdown in his career, and he's got an alley, and he might have his second. 96 yards last year against the Patriots. He's going to house this one. And the Jaguars get the score in special teams. 87 yards. Building.
See Braswell throw by, and then Parker Washington follows the track up the middle. Nobody can catch him. All the great returners, the real story is just getting them started. And that first block is what you need, and you better be able to outrun the punter, or you shouldn't be returning the ball.
McLaughlin's kick is
good! Wow! 65 yards!
Great snap, and just absolutely nukes it. Bryson DeChambeau style.
There's Mann's punt. This is a boomer. Look at this kick. Wow. All the way back inside the 15-yard line goes Johnson. Good return, though. Makes people miss. Penalty flag, though. Back at the original catch. Johnson, another great return. He had one earlier that was called back. And I wonder if this will be the same after a 63-yard punt.
You get an opportunity to flip the field and maybe get yourself another scoring drive. So I think this is the right decision.
Sam Martin, the veteran, for the punt, and Marcus Jones. There was no fair catch at the 12, and he squeezes out of it. Marcus Jones down the sideline. Blockers in front. Past the punter. Marcus Jones, and that's a punt return for a touchdown.
I think they shocked the Carolina Panthers. No fair catch, and then it's all individual effort by Jones. He's got a convoy of guys right here. Punter's not going to get him, and that is untouched for the touchdown.
Sam Martin to kick it away. Marcus Jones already an 87-yard punt return for a touchdown from the 25-yard line. He's trying to turn the corner, and he does. Marcus Jones, he just won't stop. Dancing, stumbling, rumbling inside the 15-yard line.
Taken out to 35. Khalif Raymond across midfield. Still going. One man to beat. It's the punt for Bohorquez. Touchdown, Khalif Raymond. Clawing back from a week ago. What a difference we've seen from Atlanta. McCaffrey returning. McCaffrey still going. Caught from behind. McCaffrey takes it to the 45-yard line.
All right, the Buccaneers to kick off. They got field goals of 30 and 36, a 7-yard touchdown run. And inside the 5, Tariq Young will bring it out. And finds a seam. Knocked out of bounds. 5 wide receiver, league wide. And here is the kickoff. Tariq Young got a block. Kalani. And the kicker trying to bring him down, and does, but at midfield. And a nice hit by Deion Jones to seal it, but another big return, 51-yard return. Got it! And Tampa Bay will win it on a walk-off 39-yard field goal. What an incredible season they have put together to get out of the gates and now go to 4-1 atop the South.
Second career rushing touchdown for him as he gets his first opportunities with this offense. And now Chad Ryland puts it back in play. 21-3 Cardinals. As DK is going to play, crosses the 25 to the 30. DK's got a crease. Inside Cardinals territory. Just a massive play. Does that turn the tide now for Tennessee? Hecker, the holder. Morgan Cox, the long snapper. The kick from Sly is good. And the Tennessee Titans end their 10-game losing streak and finally get their first win of the season here in Week 5.
Understand and believe how Tennessee was able to climb back in this football game when they looked dead in the water. Just unbelievable. And this is a huge win.
Hurt for the Saints' safety. And Jonas Sanker filling in for him. The backups are playing well.
Deonte Banks on the return for the Giants. Head of steam, and there he goes. Banks can't get by Groupie. The kicker
From 52 for the lead. Right down the middle. Borregales nails it. And the Patriots take the lead with 15 seconds remaining.
So, the Jets now taking their first kickoff of the game for them. Kene Wongo bounces off, and he's free. Wongo goes a long way. And the Jets are set up again in Denver territory, Kurt.
So now we'll do it again. Evans punting from his own end zone. Into the wind. It's a great punt. Wester looking for a seam. Maybe has one. Wester! Oh my goodness. From a fumble to a hero. Incredible.
It's the best decision of his coaching career so far here in Carolina. Fitzgerald for the win. It is good. The Panthers upset the Cowboys.
And Cameron Dicker kicking off to Malik Washington and D. Eskridge. It'll be Washington on the return. Washington across the 30, and Washington knocking over Cameron Dicker all the way out to the 48-yard line. A nice return.
And blocked. Blocked by Washington.
And they stay out in front by 1. Snap a bit high. Kick is good. And the Bears win it. Jake Moody, a hero tonight.
Snap good. Hold good. Kick good.
61. He's already got 4 career 60-yard field goals. Looking for another one. 61 yards out. It is right down Broadway. The guy is a machine. And just like that, 41-15 Dallas.
A long way to go in this one, but the Commanders without Jaden Daniels, at least for now.
Here's McCaffrey, meanwhile. Making something happen. Good return out across the 45, and he sets up Washington in good field position.
From the right hash, Lucas Haversick from 61, and the kick is good.
The Packers have responded. They haven't taken a lead yet, but they've responded.
There's Dortch on the return for Arizona. Stays on his feet. Flag is thrown. Dortch out across the 40.
Dicker's going to kick it off. Return man is Gould and Abdullah. This will be Abdullah for Indy. Works the sideline, and Abdullah's got major speed. Abdullah on a foot race. And the veteran is forced out of bounds.
For Boney the snap, Crawshaw, the rookie, will hold it. Will Lutz, 39-yard field goal for the win. He got it! Denver has won!
Taylor stepped in when Fields was injured, went through concussion protocol. Remember, he had a concussion earlier in the year as Trevor Etienne has a big hole. And Etienne gets past the kicker and out of bounds.
Gets sprinkled on this Miami team that is right now down 14 points. As we are just over the 6-minute mark now left in the second quarter. Malik Washington's going to field it inside the 10. Has a seam. Washington. Nifty return out near the 50 as we go downstairs to Aditi.
114 yards from scrimmage. 1-2 in yards from scrimmage coming in to tonight, those two backs. On the return, Agnew hit it fast, and there goes Jamal Agnew across midfield into San Francisco territory.
So now it's Will Shipley on the return. And Shipley with a big return. Oh, good one. Up across the 45 to about the 47.
I mean, that is such a heartbreak going into halftime after you played such a good first half. They've got to finish this half.
Robinson veering to the middle. Brian Robinson Jr. What a return at a perfect time for the San Francisco 49ers. And a flag comes soaring in at the end of the return to midfield.
Kick from Luke. Return man is Duvernay. Nice hard cut by Duvernay. Gets to the outside. That's forced out of bounds as he crossed midfield. Excellent return by the former Raven.
And they hit on it. 17 yards to Pickens, eventually landing in the end zone with Williams. Here's Mims. He's not down. He is not down. And now the angle cut off. But look at the return all the way to the Dallas 46.
68 yards away. It's up there. It's out there. And it's good. It's good from 68. Cam Little comes up big.
Just driving that ball. You see the low trajectory, but look at this. I mean, that's good from 70.
And this is regular season. And the Chargers will punt the ball away. Well, this is a good kick from J.K. Scott. DK backpedals inside the 35. He's got a few blockers. He slips one tackle, and he's into the open field. He points toward the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Titans.
It was only a matter of time. He gets the key block to the left right there on Dante Jackson. Makes Dye miss. Then they had the wall set up. Look at the walls. J.K. Scott has no chance. And if you've been paying attention to the Titans this year, you knew it was only a matter of time.
Cedric Johnson, by the way, the man who hit Williams, making his first game of the season. Santos misses badly.
In between the left guard and tackle right here.
Arch Osai, boy, may have gotten a fingertip on it.
Crawshaw's punt, driving Noel back to the 8-yard line. And Noel looking for the edge. He got a block from Higgins, his former Cyclone teammate, tiptoeing up the sideline and out of bounds near midfield. For the win for the Broncos. And the kick is good. And the fourth quarter magic remains for Denver. 18-15. Denver with the winner.
The field goal is good. That's the end of the game.
Trying to win at Lambeau. Hold is down. The kick is up. Into the wind. It is good! Ryan Fitzgerald delivers. And the Panthers, a 2-touchdown underdog, come into Lambeau and pull off the upset.
Wow.
Wow.
For his third NFL start, and he's about to get it. Here's Miles Price on the return. Oh, seam now for Price. Oh, breaks through into Detroit territory and across the 40 he goes. Miles Price, the rookie from Indiana.
A 4-game winning streak ended last week in Baltimore. How do these two teams pick up the pieces? Charlie Jones going to play it from just inside his end zone, and Jones has his seam. Jones, 30, 20, 10, touchdown! No flags. 99 yards to get the party started by Jones.
Well, he gets a tremendous block from Cedric Johnson and Owen Burks, a double team block, and then it's just speed. He outruns it, and that's how you start.
Back in his New York days, so looking forward to that conversation.
Big Monogany on the return for Washington. Out across the 40 and still going. And it's Jake Bates, the Lions kicker, who takes him down.
Not quite expecting that in the walkthrough the night before the game, that you're going to be the receiving end on that play of a touchdown pass.
Farrell had no touchdowns first 4 years in the league, and this is blocked, and the extra point is no good. That's pretty big.
And that determination right there, not conceding any point.
Defensive penalties against the Jets, and that's where we sit. Schmidt's kick, and it's just short of the end zone. Plus the 40, 50. One man to beat, and he's going to score. 99 yards. And the Jets with the answer they were looking for as Wangu takes it to the house. But an ugly looking sequence for the young rookie quarterback. So 3 possessions, a couple of 3 and outs. Sandwiching that 95-yard touchdown drive. Bojorquez's punt. There's a flag thrown here. Isaiah Williams has his seam. Williams inside Cleveland territory, and he's going to score.
So it's Tommy Townsend punting from his own end zone. Parker Washington backpedals. Townsend got all of it from the 28-yard line. Oh, what a move by Washington! Parker Washington! He's going the distance! Touchdown! No need to resuscitate. He's been a one-man wrecking crew today. Jaguars add to their lead.
What a day.
Makes it a 4-point lead. Pinion boots it away. And it is grabbed by Doolin. He makes a move to get to the outside and pick up a very good return into Atlanta territory. The opportunity to get to the NFL. This is the type of game, though, that we are hoping to see tight down the stretch. And sure enough, we've got a 3-point game. Here comes Abdullah, and Amir Abdullah, one man to beat, and a great touchdown-saving tackle for the Falcons by Natron Brooks. Otherwise, Abdullah is headed to the house.
Evan, prior to the game, reporting that Gabe Davis is back in the fold. He had been on the practice squad, the longtime Bill, returning from the torn meniscus injury. Hardman cutting it outside. Hardman cutting it inside. Big return, much needed for Buffalo. 61 yards.
Teams just being able to gash him on the ground.
Ray Davis from the 5 off the kick by McLaughlin. Stutter step move by Davis, works his way through traffic. He goes down the sideline and he's out of bounds. He crossed the 45. They're going to mark him out at the 49.
From 28. And Carolina has won.
Solid kick. That's 3 on the season now for Ryan Fitzgerald. The Falcons desperately needed this one.
Riley Patterson, 29-yard attempt for the win from the left hash. It is straight through. The Miami Dolphins win it in Madrid.
First 2 of the game for the Vikings. And they force a punt. Oh, got a little pressure. Now it's Price. Returnable. Price to the outside. Oh. Look out! Miles Price inside the 25. Santos puts it up, and it is good! The comeback kid, Chicago Bears, do it again.
Finding ways. Santos, it looked like he might have tugged it a little to the left again, but it straightened up, hit it really solid, and a little walk-off field goal, division win on the road, a lot at stake, and Santos comes up clutch. Look at him. There it is.
Oh, yeah, pump the fist. You deserve it. How about that? Devin Duvernay.
Ariza to punt to Mims, who had missed the last 2 games because of a concussion. And he's one of the best. He's been an all-pro. Here's Mims cutting it upfield. This is what we're talking about. Here goes Mims with a block. He's at the 50. And it's a chase. There's an angle. And they take him down. It was Roland Wallace who was able to get him. There is a flag after a 68-yard run back.
You know, he was a handful when he was at Philadelphia. He's been a handful here in Arizona as well.
Well, he said if they'd won those close games that they've lost this year, people would know that he's 5th in the league in sacks. Greg Dortch makes the first man miss, and Dortch looking for an opening now. Dortch trying to get to the edge. He does. Dortch, a nice jump cut left across midfield. And the return game showing up big for both teams in this first quarter. Kickoff from the 5-yard line. It's Brian Robinson. Robinson looking for room. There's a flag down behind the play as Robinson barrels across the 45. Another good return, but is this one coming back?
Texans. Matthew Wright for the win. The kick. Right down Broadway through the heart of Nashville. And what a performance.
35 yards, Will Lutz. He's already made 4 today. Lutz in the clutch, and the Broncos have won it.
Probably 17-9. It's 13-9. Bills get the ball at the end of the half, and they get the ball to start the third quarter. Ray Davis to run the kickback. Spinning. Still on his feet. Out past the 40. He's out in front. Nobody's going to chase him down. All the way for a touchdown. 98 yards.
I mean, it's a great job on a return, but it's the reaction by the Texas cover team when he runs into the back of one of his own guys right there. You got a couple Houston Texans. I mean, it happens fast, but there are a couple guys there. And once he bounced off his guy, he spun instinctively. And first punt of the day for Michael Dixon. DK. Backpedaling. Great pump by Dixon all the way to the 12. DK trying to get to the outside. He does. He's got a wall of blockers. DK to midfield and beyond. All the way down the sidelines. DK will take it to the house. Touchdown, Tennessee! A special teams play from 90 yards for 6.
We've seen a couple of these where when you get too many people to one side of the field, right? It's a directional kick that way. And you get going the other way. And just look at all the Seahawk players that are trapped on that side. And now watch. There's the Titans. They're all lined up. And it's kind of
27 yards to win it. And the kick is good. Kansas City survives. And they are still in the mix in the AFC.
And he's got the accuracy, and he got it! New career long 4-point game at the half. Evan McPherson. 63-yard field goal, and it was perfect.
Matt Hawk, the 31-year-old punter. Good-looking kick. Played by Washington, the electric returner, crosses the field. He's got a couple of blockers. He's got his seam. Washington still going inside Arizona territory. How good has he been with the punt return game this season?
Larbadat is back deep to receive for the Browns.
A.J. Cole getting this one off. Special teams have been an issue for the Raiders. Boy, there's a lot of space for Larbaden to get himself started, and he catapults his way into the Raiders' territory. A flag comes in late. A.J. Cole makes the tackle for the Raiders.
You guys face one another more than any other quarterback matchup in the history of the NFL. Mason Tipton will take the line drive kick. He's got an alley. There goes Mason Tipton. Gonzalez to try and beat, and Zane Gonzalez slows him up. Tipton still going down inside the 20.
Aubrey up, and he's got it! The Cowboys win!
Starting right guard, Patrick McCary. So certainly one area of concern for this Jacksonville offensive line. Boy, we've already, and there's another one.
Again.
A late flag. Cook got hit earlier in the game. This is DK meantime. DK sprung free, but boy, this one.
It'll be interesting to see if they implement a little more of that pace that we saw with effectiveness at the end of the first half. But Shelley looking for room on the edge, and he finds it. But Shelley up the sideline and then banged out of bounds hard at the 42-yard line.
The interceptions, right? No interceptions today, no fumbles, giving his team a chance to win this game.
Here's Williams on the return. Out across the 30, still going. Isaiah Williams across midfield. Williams inside the 20 and finally dragged down at the 15-yard line. The tackle made by Brooks. From the right hash, from 56 yards out. His career long is 58. And Folk's kick is good. He's a folk hero at MetLife Stadium. A game-winning 56-yard field goal.
Right now, Corey Bajorquez will be punting, and deep back Sky Moore. You're watching him trying to catch these punts in pregame, and it was an adventure. From the 18, here comes Moore. Finds a sliver on the move. Can he get by Bajorquez? The stiff arm. Here comes the chase. Coming down the near side. They got Njoku, who is over there along with Whiteheart, chasing Moore.
And they rally to the football there and just don't give up anything.
Number 8 defense in the league. Coming into week 13, Gillen hits it. And the return by Marcus Jones. He can fly. Still going. Still going. No flags. Touchdown, Patriots. 94 yards for the touchdown.
Joe, all those years under Bill Belichick, the Patriots went into every game feeling that they had an advantage in the special team side of things, and it has shown tonight under Mike Vrabel. They're just as well coached. They had the big return on the open.
Vrabel trying to get it. Instead, Borregales will try and miss from 45.
Of Prescott. Now you got a 63-yard attempt by Brandon Aubrey. Good from 63.
A.J. Cole punting to Mims. It's a short punt. Mims a running start at the 48 and able to break free. Marvin Mims calling out blockers inside the 20. Touchdown! How about it?
Did the other Raiders guys kind of slow down and stop? See how he's wrapped up, and then people got caught too much up in the traffic. Lanes were gone at that point. People were out of those, and once Mims slipped out and got to the perimeter.
McLaughlin has the ball teed up at the 35, deep back, Tipton and home. Here we go, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the New Orleans Saints. And from the 1-yard line, this will be Mason Tipton, who gets a block up front and finds some room, and being chased on the play by Ryan Miller, and out of bounds he goes. What a way to begin for the Saints.
A little sympathy, a little empathy for Aditi.
She's not playing football.
Jake Bailey, the Pro Bowl punter. Isaiah Williams backpedaling, makes the first guy miss, covering a lot of real estate. Williams, he's got some electricity in those legs. Williams lead blockers. 10. and Williams is in for the touchdown.
And here we go. Chimere Dike, who has led the NFL in kickoff return yardage, has room, and he's all the way up across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds and setting up the Titans quite nicely to start this game.
From 50, his lone miss this year came from 50 last week. And it's blocked! Another special teams play. Nicky Manwari with a rejection.
You know, it's their opportunity to come out here in the second half and start to eliminate the reasons why there's concern over this offense. But we're seeing a lot of the same things we've seen the last few weeks.
And here's Rashid Shaheed, big special teams play. Breaking free, and Shaheed all the way to the house, no flags. 100 yards later, the Seattle Seahawks have the lead. The first kick return for a touchdown in the career of Rashid Shaheed.
Now, most of these have come to the coverage side right with the offense today, and especially Sam Darnold here in the second half. He has played the way he played early in the year. We've seen the explosive pass play come back. We've seen very good decision-making.
Here's Devin Tompkins, nudged out of bounds by Jason Myers.
And the kick is just inside the left upright. And there's a little celebrating going on in Charlotte, North Carolina right now.
Congratulations.
Jalen Lane from the 37. There is a flag across midfield. Lane still going. Inside the 20, the 10, into the end zone for a touchdown. But remember, there is a flag. So we'll check with the referee, Bill Vinovich.
Instead, the Commanders defense shows up, they stop him, and then watch Jalen Lane. Look at his feet, look at that speed, and look at him go for a touchdown.
Have been the best opening drive team in the NFL. Very consistent, most points, most touchdowns, and that's what they're looking for here after New England strikes first. Davis, busting through. Davis takes it to the outside, and he's out of bounds, out across midfield, chased out by Borregales. 2-game lead in the division over the Bills. Borregales kicks it off. It's a deep one. Ray Davis is going to take it out of the end zone, 1.5 yards deep. Davis has the hole. Davis accelerating and caught from behind as he crossed the 45.
And Myers kicks it away. This is Abdullah from the 2. Amir Abdullah across the 30. He's got some room. Abdullah jumping over Myers. And how about the return by the 32-year-old Amir Abdullah?
He had the reps for the first team all week long, which turned out to be a really big deal. Here's Tootin to return it for the Jags. And Tootin breaks through a couple of defenders. But he's out of bounds at the 45. Brown is back deep to receive this one. So is Allen. And Allen's going to take it up across the 20. The 30 breaks outside, close to the 40. He's got a couple of men to beat, and he's not going to be able to beat him, but he gives the Jags great field position.
52-yard try. He's 3 for 3 to Ely Fairbairn. And this one will not work. Not good. Special teams play. We're taking credit for the misdirection of that field goal try.
Calais Campbell, 6'8". Look at him get inside right there.
He did the job. Jalen Knoll for the Texans inside his own 5 on the return and across the 30. No! Across midfield. Jalen Knoll down around the 25 of Arizona. That's how they open the game with a big return.
With the division on the line for Carolina. Charlie Smith from 47. It's on the way. It is good. There is a marker down. There's a flag down for now. the conquering hero of Ireland, has given New Orleans the lead.
Offside. Defense number 26. That penalty's declined. The field goal was good.
A chance to put Indy on top. Groupie from 60. It is good! Groupie delivers! Myers, kick on the way, and it is good! Myers delivers!
21 just because they won the Super Bowl, but that regular season wasn't fantastic. They caught fire at the right time.
Absolutely.
At the end of the year.
Yep. Had a hold off Tampa Bay and Brady, then beat San Francisco coming from behind in the championship game. Meanwhile, that punt is caught, and down the line goes Rashid Shaheed for the score. Out of nowhere. 58 yards. They picked him up. John Schneider got him in a trade with New Orleans midway through the season. He has been masterful.
He's been doing it really his entire career, coming out of Boise State in his 4th year. What a job of setting it up, Weber State rather. What a job of setting that up, and then it's just him being
in critical moments. But both have been very successful, 5 out of 6 in games decided by 3 or less. Cameron Johnson on the return, and he shakes loose. Johnson can fly, gets past the kicker Fitzgerald, and all the way inside the 45 of Carolina. A dazzling return to set up Baker in the box.
So they're down by 13. Williams is going to try to come out. He's about 3 yards deep. Williams so electric. Williams makes a man miss. He cuts on a dime. A flag comes in, and he's up to the 39-yard line.
And Waddle now 4 catches, 54 yards, as they were able to get it in on the rushing touchdown by Malik Washington. This is Taj Brooks up the sideline in a dead sprint. And not the best of kickoff coverages down the field by Miami.
Sets up at his own 15. Line drive boot to the 11-yard line. Smith. Past the 20. Good run back. Smith down the sideline. Rashard Smith to the 44 of the Broncos.
Short kickoff. Taken by Washington. Washington across midfield. And finally taken down.
Really solidified their standing as one of the top teams in the NFL. They won the toss, deferred to the second half. Ashton Doolin off of injured reserve on the return here for the Colts with a seam. And Doolin's near midfield into Jags territory. Hadn't played in a month. He's been out with a hamstring. But he returns this one 53 yards and a good start to the day for the Colts. Generate whatever they can there. Turn that into a bulletin board material. Fed off of that, got the big road win. Here's Ashton Doolin with room on the return, and now using his speed. Ashton Doolin, first game off of injured reserve, twice has returned the ball into Jacksonville territory. 54 yards this time.
So the third 3 and out of 4 Cardinal drives, and this one a low line drive punt takes a good Cardinal bounce and picked up at the 20-yard line, looking for a little running room, and finding it is Keyshawn Williams down the sidelines across the Arizona 40, and the Bengals are set up late in this second quarter.
With the Raiders set to kick off in the final seconds of the third quarter. And Banks will take it at about the 5 for the Giants. Finds a gap, has some room, being chased. He's being chased by Carlson. He'll take it all the way. That is a touchdown. 95-yard kickoff return touchdown.
First off, the blocking up front is incredible. Nobody even touches him. But Watts, as he gets through this first wave, his vision takes him out to the left. And by getting to that left sideline, there's no contain over there. And Banks just uses his speed and takes it the distance.
Gonzalez will try from 37. Blocked. And that was big Jared Verse. He's gone.
He waved to the Falcons bench on his way for the touchdown. Rams are back in it, to say the least. They sure are. That's exactly what they needed.
More importantly, they took off almost 6 minutes of clock time on the drive and the block. So Panthers get in there and block the field goal, and the lead stays 9. It was Smith-Wade coming off the edge. But no, that was deflected at the line. And Canales uses the challenge flag, gets the field goal attempt.
Good snap, good hold, nearly blocked. It is good, but there is a flag.
I think that's going to stand, Tom, for hop in the center there.
It was a hop. It was a hop, skip, and a jump.
There is no foul on the play. The field goal is good.
20-18. The Browns have knocked off the Bengals on a historic day.
Number 1 in the NFL once again in yards per catch. He did it last season as well. Groupie bounces one, and Noel had to climb the ladder to get it. And Noel emerging. Noel trying to get to the outside. Groupie just bounced off him like a rag doll.
Chimere Dike is back under the crossbar to return. Cam Little, 67 yards! Oh!
Continuing to play for the Cowboys next year. He said, I feel like I have so much more left in the tank. This season has really reinvigorated me, and I'm hopeful I can build upon this first year.
Here comes KaVontae Turpin exploding down the sideline. Turpin on the run, caught from behind at the 15. Art Green with the touchdown-saving tackle, but KaVontae Turpin, so explosive. The Pro Bowl returner with another big one.
So we'll get Dawson Knox. Does he air guitar that one, or does he just sing it?
Williams on the return for New York. A nice run by Williams, trying to get to the outside. He does, and pushed out of bounds by the punter, Wisnowski, at midfield.
Snap and hold are good, and the kick is up and good, and the Lions going to finish their year with a win in Chicago, 19-16.
Wow. 60 yards from Daniel Carlson for the late lead. Snap there. Carlson swings. Carlson has it!
Back off the hamstring injury. The extra point from Boswell. Twisting, no good! No good! He missed the extra point. He had not missed one all year. It's the second missed extra point in his last 4 years.
In the second half, Duvernay back to receive it. Duvernay moving up, moving back, 28-yard line. It's around the corner. Duvernay on his way. Duvernay staying in bounds. And a good run back. And again, Chicago is in prime shape. Can they take advantage of it? That's the issue.
They did a great job on back-to-back plays, tackling in space.
Evans to punt it. Coming after it and blocking it. Carolina's blocked the punt. Isaiah Simmons.
Nothing's really changed. The special teams just continue to have blunders, and this time it's Isaiah Simmons coming up with the play of his life.
5 losses this year. 3 of them multiple turnovers were the biggest reason.
Has a chance to take his team to the championship game. Here it is on the way, and the Denver Broncos have won it in overtime.
And here we go. It's Rashid Shaheed. With the steam, Shaheed breaks through. Still going. A flag flies. Shaheed's going to take it all the way. Let's see if it stands.
Turpin, number 18.
That penalty will be enforced.
Shaheed just right through the heart of the kickoff coverage.
That was
trying to make the tackle on the penalty on the trip on the kicker.
It's never been a thicker pressure moment to send the Rams to the championship game. Mavis from 42 online, and it's good. And the Los Angeles Rams go to the championship game with an overtime win in Chicago.
Earlier in this half, this to tie the game, and the kick, no good. Just impossible conditions here in Denver.
Everything
was tipped. How about that? Just brought up Leonard Taylor off the practice squad last night.